Be impeccable with your word. This is the first agreement of Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The Four Agreements, A Practical Guide to Personal Freedom. And here's what that book looks like. So this book has been, I found it incredibly wise and helpful on my spiritual path. And I think it gives us a lot of very important tools we can use. And today I wanted to talk about the first agreement, be impeccable with your word, because it's really the foundation for all the agreements. Plus, it's my favorite one because it's all about truth. So, in being impeccable with our word is not just about what we speak to others and how we speak about others, but this is part of it. It's also being impeccable with our thoughts and how we speak to ourselves. And to strive to be impeccable in these ways, we strive to speak truth, to avoid lies and illusions, to avoid gossip, to do what we say and say what we do, and to make positive use of the power of our words and thoughts. Many masters have said, we create our lives with our word. So this is another whole beautiful value of becoming more and more impeccable with our thoughts and our words to others and ourselves. This agreement about being impeccable with our word is also about living a life of honesty and truth. And that's what I want to speak about today. So when I was 5 years old, I had an experience that set me on the path of truth. My sisters and I had a children's record player, and one day I broke it. I don't know how, but I was playing with it and I broke it. And I don't think I was supposed to be playing with it, so that was another error. My mother discovered it was broken, and she asked me if I had broken it. My first instinct was to lie. No, it wasn't me. But something came over me. Something I just knew there was another way. So I told her the truth. And a joyous feeling came over me when I did that. Such a feeling of relief and freedom. And my mother's response also helped because she thanked me for being honest and I was not punished. So from that point on, I wanted to practice truth. I wanted to keep experiencing that joy and relief of not trying to hide something or lie. And however, it took me years to realize that telling the truth wasn't just about not lying. It was about not indulging in nuanced truths, half-truths, avoidance, defensiveness, gossip, and so on. As I moved on in years, I discovered that to be truthful with others, to really be truthful, I needed to first be truthful with myself. And this has led to many deep inner explorations and self-honesty that continues to this day and is really quite joyful. Being truthful with myself continues to shed any stress on trying to be a pretense or trying to be what I think others want me to be, such as the pleaser. And in place of trying to have a pretense or a false image, I become more capable of presence, which is so much easier. There's no stress. There's no gyrations in trying to be something I'm not in that moment. No strain. I just get to be me. And the more I've done my self-exploration and come to the truth of who I am, the easier it's become. And of course, the more honest I became with myself, the more impeccable I became with my truth. It just followed that I was also more impeccable with others. What I work with now, because there's always another level, is how to be impeccable with how I speak to myself. My inner voice, my inner thoughts. Is the fearful voice being impeccable with my word? Is the worrying voice, the unkind voice, the self-shaming, blaming voices? No, of course not. but I still have to watch out for those. And the more I've been committed to being impeccable with the truth of who I am, the more I've let go of many, many old patterns. I'm sure there's more to let go of that don't serve me, such as going along with something or someone when it doesn't feel right, denying what I really feel to myself or others, trying to impress others or myself, being a pleaser, compromising at the expense of my own well-being, defensiveness. And that's the short list. There's plenty more of those patterns that I continue to unmine and can bring them into the light of awareness in my path to being the truth of who I am, my true nature, my Sat Nam. So being impeccable with our word is a spiritual practice. It's not like, boom, we get there, but we have that intention. For me, I have fallen short many, many times, but just like in yoga, we know to pick ourselves up and keep practicing and be present with the moment as it is. The failure at the moment, the falling over in a pose moment, the noticing that we weren't impeccable with our word in that moment. That's fine. We're being truth then because we're being present. As they say in 12-step programs, it's progress, not perfection. And that is very comforting to me because I'm far from being perfect. And I have to say, one of the greatest rewards of the practice to be impeccable with my word is that more and more peace with myself and others have spontaneously and organically happened. No stress or strain trying to be anything other than who I am in each moment. All I need to focus on is being true to myself, and the rest follows, including being true to others. With every step I take in being more impeccable with my word, I once again feel the joy and relief and freedom I felt when I was 5 years old, when I told the truth. And as I live more and more in truth, I am graced by being more and more aligned with the highest truths of the divine. It just naturally follows as we clear the layers of illusion with ourselves and the world, and more truths arise. To paraphrase many true spiritual masters, as we take the steps toward truth, truth reaches out for us. Nothing is more joyous for me than that. And this joy is possible to all of us as we become more and more impeccable with our word, one step at a time. Namaste.